Radiant team ban. Dire team ban.
Welcome back, everybody, after what was an extended break to our second series of the day for the ESL One New York Qualifier Southeast Asian region. Somehow, I don't know how this keeps happening. Blitz keeps casting MVP.
5 seconds remaining.
It's some sort of meme.
It's almost like the JDMLG World Championships.
We should stop doing that. It's been a while since I've casted them, so it's not like I have.
It has. It's just successful meme.
Yeah, it's not as if I know exactly what's going on there anymore, so relying on my knowledge from years past probably isn't the best.
But, hey, it's fine. I'm just happy to see MVP Phoenix still in one piece after...
Kind of.
After TI.
They've had 2 roster swaps that are, in my opinion, fairly large. They lost Warnuts, who I felt was one of their real standout players. Like, I think he kept consistently getting 5-minute, then average faster Aghanim Scepters on Witch Doctor than the average. And they lost KP, who I thought was a really good standout player. Like, I thought he was one of the really good players that, you know, hasn't had a lot of opportunities to shine, but he got on MVP Phoenix, does quite well for himself. And, I mean, I know the players that replace him, though. Like, Heen, really good player, really solid. He's just stable. And MP was considered the first god of Korean Dota. Like, he's the one that shut down the original FOU lineup with his Invoker. Had some Reddit threads made about him. Really good mechanical player.
So where is everyone going to go now as far as the lanes? Like, with those 2 changes, like, we're not going to see the same positions, or is it just like, well, we just throw Heen in to replace KP?
I think with the way that the roster swapped around, I actually think the way it goes is QO plays mid or carry, March plays off lane, Heen and Fevi plays support, and MP plays mid or carry. I would kind of like to see QO go mid, MP carry, March off lane, Fevi play the 4, Heen play the 5. I think Heen is just mechanically very solid. These are all 6.5k plus MMR players on the Chinese servers, so individual skills no issue for them. And that's the thing, I don't know why the Koreans keep getting underrated. Like, when we first got there, we stomped on them a lot, but it wasn't like they were terrible when they got there. It was just the fact that they just needed time to gel together.
Yep.
Like, think about it. They went from in 2 months, they went from losing to us in Korea nonstop to winning the C qualifiers. Like, that doesn't just happen. That wasn't some sort of luck happenstance. Like, they're all individually incredibly talented players that just needed a little bit more time to gel.
The ability to play as a team was always the big question mark when it came to Korea, considering it was such a single player like scene for a very, very long time.
They live together, though, in like a small 2-room apartment where the PCs are in the same room where they sleep.
10 seconds
you know, they
remaining.
have nothing to do but play Dota. Like, you don't play other games.
I would murder my
5
teammates if I was in such a situation.
That's why Jarek's left, remember? Because he just couldn't take it. Like, that type of situation.
It's not for everybody. It's not for everyone. Like,
no.
you got to be so, well, one, socially competent. Like, I'm actually very introverted when I'm away from LAN events. I'm very
10
very introverted.
seconds remaining.
So like that, I would probably
team
murder
pick.
somebody, like legitimate murder.
I mean, I obviously lived in a team house for a year, and we had a really nice team house too. But it does get trying just living with 4 other people. You have to make sure that they're on top of their grind when it comes to cleaning up after themselves, and like, you don't mind if it's your mess. You mind if it's
someone else's.
Yeah,
mess.
and then the same applies too, because your mess you might not care about, but somebody else might. So it's pretty cool to see MVP Phoenix, the 3 core players stay together. Like, for me, the core of this lineup is March and QO.
Yeah. QO was the big highlight as well of TI. And March, well, everyone just started to love him, and he's such a lovable guy too. So I'm happy they stick together. They can stay the fan favorites, and I still can't believe the way they approached that last TI game. I was actually really sad about that. They're just like, yeah, we achieved what we wanted to. We don't care if we lose.
They were just, I mean, they're not happy. They would want to go further as competitors, but at the same time, I was like talking to Jarex and Heenan. They're just like, MVP Phoenix don't really care if they lose. He's just like, we'll scrim them and they're losing and we're all serious and they're just relaxed. And I actually think that's the best way to play. They're super relaxed. They know their individual skills enough. They just have to not treat it as if it is an $18 million LAN, right? They're just going into every game fresh, new ideas. Like, they're completely cool. They knock out the defending champion newbie. Like, and we should actually talk about first departure.
Yep. Yeah, because we spent a lot of time on MVP. let's talk about FD with Miracle, the Mr. Split Push Heaven man.
Most tryhard person I ever met on the C servers, like bar none. No matter what it was like party MMR, PL first pick, Naga first pick. It'd be like a scrim, and you're just like, maybe they're gonna practice something else. Nope, first pick Naga for Miracle. Like they, and you see that too. The MVP Phoenix banned it in the first two.
Yep.
Like that's the type of player that Miracle is. He's okay.
He first picked it during our round one match yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah, you expect it.
He didn't play it though. He didn't play it.
Oh really?
They pushed into a support role. He played that hero. He played the Morphling.
Oh, it's the same thing.
This is what it's all about. The split push. It's all about the.
He likes the watery heroes with illusions.
Common theme. Yeah, but it was so damn powerful. I actually saw the return of the E-Blade as well on that Morphling. But what was so crazy is they would draft very simple. In fact, I actually think their draft was the same. Like I'm looking at this now because we're having a wonderful conversation. I wasn't actually paying full attention to probably what I should have been, which was this draft going on. But I'm fairly certain First Departure ran this exact draft against Kingdom. Yeah, so what they did is like the one thing they've changed up. Actually, they've modified a couple of things, but they ran Dazzle, Puck, Morphling, Disruptor, and Darkseer. So it's the Dazzle for the Rubik is all they've switched out.
Okay, it kind of serves in some ways a similar purpose. If anything, the Rubik is better than you said Dazzle?
Yeah, it was Dazzle that they ran previously.
Okay, I think the Dazzle is quite bad against the heroes right now that MVP Phoenix have. Like, you want to get aggressive if you're a First Departures lineup because this is not a passive lineup by any means. Like, especially, we talked about it too, right? You're Radiant side and you have a Puck. Like, that could have been a lot of different heroes, but they choose to run the Puck instead. You could have taken the SF, the Storm yourself. There are a lot of different options there, but you decide to take the Puck, meaning you have to get aggressive. Like, this isn't a hero that does well when he gets behind early.
Yep. Should also flag the fact too that Lobby played a really great Rubik, because there's a couple of people asking in chat why the Rubik itself. It's just because it's one of Lobby's. I'm saying like he just played really. He got a lot of good things that he was able to steal. Like he kept stealing Spirit Breaker's charge in that game he played 2 days ago.
Doesn't it do nothing because you don't have the Greater Bash?
Yeah, but it wasn't for that. He would charge in, and then you're just like, oh, what the? It pushes back charge through though. But he just charged in for telekinesis.
Okay.
So he'd come, he'd grab.
It'd be like a really bad version of Blink.
Yeah, basically. But he kept charging halfway across the map, so he was always getting involved in telekinesis on like multiple lanes. So it was cool from that front at least.
I like it.
Wow. And then Fixes gets his Puck. Count gets his offlane Darkseer. MVP Phoenix's though control is so dead.
That is a scary roster. I actually favor Phoenix's lineup just because I just like that they have a lot of different late game potential. But I mean, FD, their lineup is pretty all-in-y. Like, there's not a whole lot of ultra late game for them, but it's still pretty good.
If they can get a half decent start for Miracle, then I kind of see where this game is going to go. Which is Miracle popping almost everyone at MVP that he'll come close to.
What does Naruto mean? What is he saying? No Naruto Dota? Oh, okay, I understand it.
Apart from the anime.
Okay, I get it.
What is... What?
Oh, because that's the meme. He has illusions. And he said, Hana dog? One dog? No Naruto Dota, white doggy? I'm trying to understand their all chat. Okay, I think, so he said still one Naruto, so I think he means like you still have one illusion? Like your ulti? This is some weird speak that I don't understand.
That has got to be some in-joke somewhere.
Yeah, I'm going to ask March about that.
Because even if you're going to say, like, why would you say Naruto and you wouldn't say jutsu? Like the sexy jutsu. Like, you'd make a pun on that.
Man, Naruto's not real anime. That's what real anime watchers would say, Toby.
Naruto is a pun. I actually tried to start watching Naruto again. I tried to watch Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah.
And I got through 3 full seasons of Naruto Shippuden. And then I just got really pissed off because I just had to wait so long to get anything to happen. And I look back at the 3 seasons I watched, the amount of time that I spent. And I'm like, what did I even achieve with this?
Oh, sweet. Is Fixer's going to do what I think he's going to do?
Was he?
Oh, he's not.
What, Baker shot out?
Yeah, there's a cool meme you can do.
Fixer needs to just survive for now.
Oh.
Jumps away to safety. Takes a lot of damage for that.
Alright, they just got both bounty runes. That was... Nobody was prepared for that. That's really weird. Because normally you would see like everybody formed up for it.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody went for the runes actually on the side of first departure. And that's incredibly troubling to me because A... Fixer's already burns through the majority of his regen. He's going to have to ferry himself a salve. But he doesn't have the salve money because he didn't get the bounty rune. And the Storm got the bounty rune. Like, that's pretty significant.
Yeah. So he's already so far behind in the mid lane. So first departure, not the greatest start in the world. So what you're talking about with Roshan, I'm assuming you thought he could bait them into Roshan, thinking they're actually doing Roshan, then Roshan comes out and then claps them all?
You attack Roshan, and then you run away, and then Roshan's in the middle of the bounty rune, and you can't do anything about it. It's terrible, but I've done it before.
It sounds like one of those blitzy things to do.
Roshan is your 5th hero, man.
Febby's hoping for a bottle snipe, but the salve is now just coming out to fix us.
Oh, all the players are... Yeah, it was guessed correctly, though. It is going to be an MP carry.
Anyone want to say you know this team back to front, then?
I really do. I just...
Oh, Fix is in trouble. Fix is in a lot of trouble. He's got to actually orb jump that one, but he didn't get it off. He had the mana for it. He was ready to go. He phase shifted to start with.
I can't believe, though, that the more surprising thing is that last right-click killed him without the overload charge. Like, that, to me, is the most surprising. Like, Puck's armor is okay, so he must have taken, like, the absolute max the Storm could have put out.
And that's first blood to MVP. There's 2 bounty runes. What were we talking about during our last series? What happens with a Puck? Why is Puck not really played? Not a strong laner and really hard to catch up. Especially when he like has moments like that in the lane.
Oh, sweet. Kyo even finds a regen rune. He's like, nice. It just... things could get better.
If only if he was level 6, he'd be happier. How's the offlane going for MVP? So 2.5 levels up against Miracle. Because for me, like, this is still the guy. Like, Miracle is still the guy I want to watch. I don't care if everyone just dies so many times. I think it was that was the 0-7 Silencer game that the first departure played. They went 0-7, and Miracle's Morphling just carried. That's the Morphling game they carried him through. But that was later on. But there was basically a game where it was like 0-7, and it's like, screw it, we just win anyway on Miracle.
I mean, that's what Miracle does for you. He's one of those players in C that I feel like is really unique because he demands that kind of respect and attention. He's so good at the split push game. Like, he understands it to Admiral Bulldog levels as a carry. Like, he just understands how he's supposed to create pressure, how not to die. It's an incredibly frustrating player to play against.
I had to double check. It was the PL game. He played a PL game with the Silencer who went 0-7. And Cal's really getting, he's annoying the crap out of Heen. Sitting in the tree line, Heen just cuts through to try and find Cal. He'll drag the entire creep wave down, which is already his desire, but not to face up against Febby as well. So Cal, level 1 surge only, it's not the quickest way out of here. But no other rotations coming, so he should just be able to walk it off. Q is not really ready to do anything. In fact, he's going to be picked up and dragged back by Lobby. I'm not really feeling the combo here. Like, is it meant to be dragged back into a Rift and Orb to try and kill off QO?
I think it's just they wanted to put pressure on him, but he's got full everything again, so doesn't really do too much. And QO is still getting pretty much freeform in this lane. Like, 22 CS at 4 minutes is pretty decent. The bottom rune, they're finally going to get some something out of it. This is a good rune to have too for
Radiant's
Fixers.
middle tower is
I
under
didn't even think
attack.
about having a crack at March. If they check his, oh, he's running bottle. I was gonna say if they check his mana, he doesn't have anything, and then the courier just flew in the bottle.
If the problem right now is though, if Fixers was close to the level 6, or if he had boots or a TP, this could be a kill rune for them. But at the very least, they're gonna pick up Febby. The downside of all of this is they're wasting a lot of time to do it. And wow,
They haven't
this
finished
is
the
taking
job
so
yet.
long.
Picking him up, throwing him back. Because it took so long now, QO is making his way over, as well as March. He's got
not quite
shards
6 though.
available. They can just go for Kai. Kai doesn't really have an easy way out, so they're going to snowball both of them together, which allows for the Remnant overload.
Oh,
and
he's
now
gonna hit
Fixes
6 now
as well.
too. Kyo shouldn't be able to get this. He's gonna look for the other one, but realizes they're both far away. Still a rebuttal kill. It's pretty significant.
Because it gives more to Kuro. Kuro's now at 2.6k net worth. Yeah, he just passed the bottle off him, just like he just dropped from his top net worth because he gave the bottle over to the Wyvern.
Gets a fully recharged bottle at the same time. Pretty significant if you notice that Fixers doesn't have one. Fixers isn't even level 5 yet. Like, he's a full level and change behind. QO, who's already 6 for quite some time now, and this mid lane, it looks like they kind of want to make a move, or maybe even just in case.
They
if he gets the
really
silence
do.
off, oh, he misses it.
They can glimpse him back
dodge.
though. Kuro's still going to get glimpsed all the way back in. Can he jump? There's the cold embrace, buying him some time to be able to jump away. Fixes does not have his ultimate yet. In fact, Kuro's forcing the issue on Kai. The attack from
That's
Wipe was going to
aggressive.
connect anyway. Now the Kuro MVP comes in with the gyrocopter cooldown. Second rocket will connect on Lubby, and they're going to go in underneath that tower with Rocket Barrage and the extra attack
Miracle's
from
coming in.
Febby. It's going to be enough for Miracle. Looking for the quick pickoffs. MP
he doesn't get
needs
it.
to get out. There's your cold embrace, and March is now arriving. Snowballing in, doesn't bring MP with him. Just shards up over on Miracle.
actually
They go
hits
for
it.
the Rocket Barrage, isolating
What's even
Miracle, and
going
a
on?
double kill for MP. Oh, this was not the plan first departure.
He doesn't get the waveform hit actually on MP, and it looked like that would have been a free kill. And then they just begin to outplay FD everywhere. Like Febby with opting to go for the cold embrace that early, which a lot of the times you just see people get 2 in the Splinter Blast instead, or 2 in the Octric Burn. But he decided to go for the cold embrace early. Pays off incredibly. Like, that's so many dividends, and the Darkseer does get a kill, but he's gonna immediately get traded out by 2 TP rotations coming in, and the net worth difference is just... It's growing pretty large now, Toby.
Overall, okay, so it's about 3,000 and about just shy of 2k on the experience. Doesn't seem like much this early on, but 7 minutes is still bloody good. It's a lot of work coming into QO as well as MP. Like, MP is 3-0 in this Jaro. QO is 2-0-3 on this Storm Spirit. Like, your 2 big cores for MVP had a good start. And even March, like, he might have... he doesn't even have a death to his name. He's at 1-0-1 Tusker. The only kills first departure have gotten so far are support kills.
I mean, March, just such a smart player, able to make the rotation every time. Miracle, I mean, it looked really promising. I think if he hits that waveform, he manages to get the kill, but March just traps him out. He's still keeping up when it comes to farm, but dying right there to the Gyrocopter, who just picked up kill after kill and still keeping up in CS. 47 to his name right now. And this is just really rough for first departure right now, because the lane phase had to go better for them.
Yep.
Because we talked about it. The Puck is a hero. Like, what is he going to do? He can kind of farm the stacks, but it's not as efficient as some mid heroes, because the cooldown on his abilities is a little bit long. He just hit, like, he's just about to hit level 7, 8 minutes into the game. He's quite far behind now.
This is that situation where you almost won, like, first departure, why did you take the fight? Like, if you play a little bit more passive, just let Darkseer do Darkseer things on either the offlane or what he's doing right now, going into the jungle, which is his way of catching up and potentially getting that mech for the team fights later on. While Miracle running this Morphling, like, he just needs space to farm up. March is going to harass him, but he should never be able to kill him. And then disrupt the Rubik as well as Puck. They can start to rotate if they want to, or just switch in and out of lanes.
Oh, and QO, he's on the hunt right now. He sees the stack.
Oh, he attacked the stack though.
He knows for sure that somebody's there.
Okay, with the fact that Santa Blast actually went that direction, maybe even QO knows.
Oh, this is so huge for him to steal this stack. This was a 3 stack that he actually just stole from the Darkseer, and he's going to get away out of this. He's just got an absurd amount of farm right now. Fixers is nowhere near him. He's getting doubled up right now, and he actually cleared his own stack, and he's still nowhere near the level of farm that Kyo has right now. And this just entire team is firing on all cylinders.
And looking good, smoking up as well. MVP, they're heading down south. They did not want to let Miracle get out of control. Best way, kill him. But they see Lubby instead, so Storm Spirit, long jump down, Lubby, no control. And now Miracle, where is that jump away? He doesn't actually have a replicate, so he's going to have to outplay MVP right now if he wants to try and survive. Waveforms over 3, starts a bit of a strength morph, has 10-1 charges, the puck with a Dream Call, trying to hold MVP there, but they're very happy to fight
the puck might even die.
MP takes the damage, they got to switch off the aggro, and they just can't embrace him anyway. Fixes is dead to the
they know
wall.
Kai's down there too.
This is an absolute disaster. They even kill off the Radiant Courier halfway through all of this.
Oh,
yeah,
that's so...
It had observers and sentries on it. And they'll look just to bring down the tier, well, do considerable damage to the tier 1 tower. And Heen wasn't even involved. Heen's sitting in the middle lane, cracking his level 6 and getting his Ice Blast.
There's going to be no wards up for quite some time now, and those sentries are expensive too. And you need those initial wards as well. So losing the courier with the wards on top of that, they're going to lose the bottom tower too. This is such a huge net worth swing that we're about to see happen right now, and MVP just kind of 5-manning really early right now. Like, first departure definitely didn't anticipate this happening at this speed anyways.
Well, it's because like the stance allow them to do so though. Like Kyo would never be able to do this if he had himself a lot more of like an even matchup up against the puck. Same thing for MP. Like this, like MP is managing to go at 0.5 kill a minute at the moment. He's got 502 on this gyrocopter. Even the Storm Spirit's 306 now.
Oh, just everything that could be going right now for MVP is like, and it all starts with that solo kill. I want to call it a solo kill, but it wasn't really. It was like half and half because the Winter Wyvern disengaged and it was just Kyo following up.
Yep.
That happened on the puck. That was so significant because that's a 2-level advantage that the Storm manages to get, and that means that the puck got his level 6 past the time when he needed to. Like that's when the laning phase ends and people can start rotating for free. And without that counter initiation ability, it's too hard for him to come back. And now we're going to see another gameplay. How often do we see Miracle just get abused like this? He doesn't have the replicate up either.
It's the same rinse and repeat too. Like they smoke in exactly the same position. And FD, they feel safe because there's an observer ward in the lane looking for this kind of action. But the smoke was too far away, so now they just cursed him. Snowball in as well. Walrus Punch, Ice Blast. Everything to ensure that this Morphling does not escape. They didn't know his replicate was down. But they took no chances at all.
There's no reason to at that point, because we talked about it before. Miracle is the star player, like one of the really homegrown stars of the C scene. You don't want him to get off to a good start, especially a lot of the games where he just goes nuts. He gets given maybe 10 minutes of space, and that's all it takes. But MVP just continuing to apply the pressure, not really allowing him to get anything going. And meanwhile, during this time too, Heen's about to pick up a Hand of Midas as well. And you just got nothing on any of your cores right now. The Ice Blast is going to see all of them rotate in.
And actually even hits with the shards too. Fix has got hit by that. If there was any follow-up damage, he'd probably die. I think Miracle might also be very happy. He's got a couple of points up in strength at the moment and didn't morph complete agility. Or else he would also be looking very close to death.
They're going to know, though, that that entire team is there. Like, that Ice Blast was just so fortuitous. It just happens to nail all 5 heroes.
Yeah. It wasn't even because of vision. Like, there is no vision there. The sentry wars that went down from first departure, and they put them both behind the tier 1 tower. Miracle just used waveform. With the shards coming in, he can't waveform away. They got Walrus Punch. He brings an MP as well, but the Strength Ball bringing Miracle up very, very quickly. And they get Glimpse Bag MP. He's got nowhere to really fight this as the Replica tanks up most of the Rocket Barrage. 3 heroes very low, but much... Well, he could turn for a shard.
I think he's going to, actually. And
Miracle doesn't have a lot of life on him, but
do we have the Ice Blast available yet? No, not for 18 seconds.
He just takes out the Replicate instead. But that's still a good kill. That's almost 700 gold going into the puck, which gives him its Blink Dagger.
Oh, that's actually a huge kill. Like, being able to kill MP right there, it slows down the Gyrocopter's farm, and more importantly, you start to get some map control back, because it tells MVP we can't just go for the 2-man gank on Miracle. Like, we actually need all 3 heroes there. The downside, though, is that the Storm is going to pick up a very quick Bloodstone, because he's just used the space that he made in the early game to further his farm in the mid game, because he realizes, I've created enough space, now is the time for me to just get ahead and snowball.
I was actually wondering if a Bloodstone would be the best choice. Like, I know, like, when it comes to Storm builds, you probably know them all. I should know them all.
Yeah.
Is it worthwhile going something like a BKB up against such a lineup like this? Because you worry about the Disruptor and his ability to control you.
No, because you have the Bloodstone Suicide, and you want to snowball in cases like this. Like, you want to be able to get as far ahead as possible when you're playing the Storm Spirit. Like, even if there was, for example, I mean, they've got 2 major silences and 2 instant disables, which is something that Storm can't dodge. You still go the Bloodstone because it makes you tanky. It makes it hard for you to get killed. And you've got the full force of your entire team behind you. Like, it's just a good item to get overall, especially at this phase of the game. The Puck, without even upgraded boots, just has the Blink Dagger, and Q is about to get a full Bloodstone with Treads. Like, think about the amount of farm that has to take.
Well, easy way to farm up, kill off the Puck in mid. MP wants to come from behind as she... Well, there's the Puck jaunting in to blink away to safety.
Middle tower is under attack.
The MVP, they use the normal curse trick, try and keep that melee creep up a little bit longer so they can beat into the tier 1 tower. And they're ready to fight Miracle. He can TP into this one, and Fixit actually goes for the Dream Call. Catching out 2 heroes, they curse over on the Puck, and Kuro jumps forward. They want Fixit down, they got him as well. Kuro trapped inside the Storm ulti, and he'll eventually take the fall. Walrus Punch, Miracle, still with a lot of life behind him. 1 charges and bottle charges available, but no waveform at the moment. Febby staying with him. Is still only the Storm Spirit down for the moment. March waiting for his timing. He's got Snowball available.
He doesn't dodge the rocket.
Shards, and now the Rocket will connect. In for the farm. Snowball and Rocket Barrage. They bring everyone down. Darkseer back almost to his tier 2 tower. But MVP just waited out, and they get a 4-for-1 trade-off.
And that's what I'm talking about. It took so much for them to just kill QO alone. Like, they couldn't actually get anything else out of that. Like, they used their Winner's Curse on a hero that doesn't matter too much. I think they killed Lubby with it instantly, right? But it still doesn't really impact the fight very much. Like, MVP doesn't even have an ideal fight there, and they still win it pretty dominantly.
Funny thing is, Kuro almost got out of that one. Because there was no kinetic field to go with the Static Storm.
Yeah, if they actually... I think if you save the heal for the Storm Spirit in that situation, they don't have enough DPS to bring him down. But unfortunately, the Cold Embrace wasn't available. I think Febby actually opted to use it on MP, which might have been the better decision, but MP's got this recovery stack. I call it a recovery stack, but it's not even like he has to recover from anything. He's so far ahead of Miracle right now, who... I mean, Morph is one of those heroes that you just think is unkillable. There's actually no silences on the side of MVP.
Fixes, he's dead. Vortex gonna drag it back in. That's a heavy Ice Blast as well. He's able to phase shift out a little bit of it, but QO, he wants to jump in deeper. He wants to take this fight. 1 for Bloodstone charges, and 2...
Oh, they might have actually just saved him.
He's still got a Regeneration Rune. He's going to come back into this one. So the Snowball comes up, and that's only the Replicant. They Walrus punch down the Replicant, the Rubik Rising is not the real one, but in comes Storm Spirit with the Wyvern combo.
Oh, the
they
just
bring down
instantly dies.
Morphling. Cow will drop as well. Kyo, he actually got connected on, so no more regen for him. But the Tuskar sacrifices himself for another 3 hero kills going the way of MVP.
And that's positive Bloodstone charges now for QO. I think for a second, if he didn't use the Disrupt there,
the Glimpse?
the Glimpse, they might have been able to kill Kyo because he was pretty much out of mana. And that was just, when Kyo was able to pop the regen and re-engage like that, that just turned everything around right now because he's actually got almost a full, he's got a full Oblivion staff. Febby has a Blink Dagger now. You've got Heen who's got, he's going for the Medallion so they can go for the Roshan over going for the fast Aghanim Scepter. But there's just farm aplenty on everybody.
Too much money. That's kind of what it comes down to. So they can pick off Roshan. Is this almost the time when first, like, because what is First Departure meant to do? I'm still looking at a Morphling, 18 minutes in, who hasn't changed his items in 8 minutes. He's got Treads, Aquila, Wand, and Bottle.
He's going to get a point booster right now.
Ah, there we go. I was like, I thought he would have had some more money than this.
You never see this, though. You usually, if he's probably going to go for the Scotty, you almost always see him go for the Ultimate Orb first, just because it's more efficient.
Yeah.
But this is how poorly
it actually just looks like a casual point booster. Because what's the chance of him even finishing the Scotty?
I mean, he has to build for something, though.
Yeah. And what else is really going to help you here?
So QO almost has the Orchid now, too. Just getting so far ahead right now. Miracle, he does have the Replicate available for another 20 seconds, so he's going to feel really comfortable about this. MP's going to chase him down, but Miracle...
Be careful not to get stunned up, or... Okay, he just waves to Replicate out.
Dire's top tower is under
Because if he got cursed then, and then they could follow it with the Walrus Punch, they might have actually controlled him long enough but he wouldn't be able to replicate out.
Oh, definitely. It would have been pretty scary for him, but that's finally the miracle that we need to see, the one that creates space by forcing people around to play around him, and this might actually be a pickoff at top because MP doesn't have a BKB. It's a fairly large commitment. They have to be able to get this kill.
All they gotta do is just blink in. They've still got Dream Call available as well. And MP glimpses him back in again. They use the Disruptor ulti. March walks into the side of it. That's not exactly where he wants to be. They used everything, including the Dream Coil.
You have to at that point, though. That's a really good pickoff, though, by First Departure. I don't even think they had a waste of smoke or anything like that, because they have full vision in the jungle, and they know that MVP are playing aggressively in their jungle, so they feel pretty comfortable for going for that without having to use a smoke or anything like that. Really good pickoff by them, though.
Just need to get a couple more of these. They're worth so much as well with MVP's very big advantage. They had a 12,000 net worth advantage, and almost the same for experience as well. If they can get a pick off, like they have managed to at least have one death on Hero, now two on the gyrocopter. So with the 2-1s getting out of control, Tusker still causing issues, and well, Lovey's gonna die to this. Actually dies before the Ice Blast even arrives.
That's so rough right now.
First Departure works so hard for one pick off. MVP do it without even
just like
breaking a sweat.
We ran into him. We might as well kill him. Oh, we'll give this guy his death.
Well, it's because this Observer Ward. Like, it's not really the most usual Observer Ward. And the Sentry, which you would place on the hillside, wouldn't see this.
Oh yeah, that one's really smart, because you spot the rotations going in and out of bottom.
Because that was the one Rubik walked through.
Something I'd like to point out, though, the Darkseer has a Blink Dagger now, Toby.
Wait,
so
what,
team
really?
fights, yeah, like, these team fights could get a lot easier as a result.
They really have to get that combo with Kai, though. Like, it's not like our last combo with the Darkseer we had earlier today, which is like this back into a Winter's Curse. Like, that's fairly instant for control. Kai's gonna have to get that kinetic field up and the Storm.
Oh, they're gonna run into each other again.
Yeah, but this time though, Febby is here, and oh, he's dead. He'll shatter. No joy for the Disruptor. And actually, well, Miracle's taking a lot of damage as well. He's in middle lane. Marge is chasing him down. There's a Replica which is now going to go the opposite direction. And QO, it's not 100% certain. So QO is sticking with the Replicate. Marge is sticking with the real one. And now Marge has overstayed his welcome. Puck's also on his way. He's got Blink and Dream Call. And then they back into two. There's that Blink Dagger going to work. Marge can't get away. But Febby's now going to arrive. And Curse is on Fixer. They're all turning around to attack him.
Oh, he has the Aegis too.
Well, but now they're going to get something. In comes MP with the Cold Embrace. QO will be protected as MP's called down. Brought out at First Departure. Woo.
That was Miracle just barely survives. The Rubik actually makes that fight okay because he steals the Winner's Curse and turns it around so there's no follow-up. So really good play by him, but it could have gone a lot worse for them, and they do manage to pick off March, but they lose the puck for it, and they can't really afford these trades anymore because Yo's about to get his Orchid, and this is the item, Toby, that'll allow him to kill any single hero on the map. Like, before, you needed multiple heroes to kill Miracle because they didn't have silences. Like, silences are really what do it. It's not stuns, it's silences.
Yep.
Now that he's got this Orchid, the Morph is just food.
And the fact that QO has also got another 1 minute of immortality through that Aegis. He can just jump on anyone that shows himself. It's almost at this point where you say First Departure, either you smoke initiate just as the Aegis is about to time out, or you just don't take a fight.
I think that's actually a really good play for them to make, is if they can get another initiation, because they were kind of close to killing QO there.
But they still have to wait it out. But you have to wait the minute. Which means you lose your tier 2 tower on top lane.
I just don't see a way that they're going to kill.
And you may even lose fixes. See, surprisingly, like, March has gone for this heavy utility build on the Tusker. I thought he'd look for a Blink Dagger. Like, I know QO is already jumping in, but you need something to keep up with him.
They've got a Blink Dagger on Febby too. Like, their initiation game is strong, I think. I think getting the mech definitely is the better idea, so you can outlast the silence to help out your heroes. And at bottom, they're anticipating the gank on MP right now. They preemptively throw the Ice Blast.
It's also prepping for QO to come from behind. But he's only got 0 seconds. It's like, okay, the Aegis the Immortal is now lost for him. And QO looks like he's going to be building into that BKB now. So BKB, Bloodstone, and Orchid builds for Storm Spirit. That isn't a thing that can touch him. And the damage output from Miracle isn't really scary enough right now that the Storm would be worried if he jumps in. Because Miracle's their only physical damage.
Yeah, and more importantly than that, he just doesn't have enough physical damage right now. Like, as it stands, the amount of farm that he has isn't going to drastically change this game or anything like that, so they have to create space for him. These ganks that they're going for, I actually really like them, because FD is doing a good job of finding these pickoffs here and there to kind of create space, buy a little bit more time, and it's been quite some time since we've seen Miracle get picked off, and so they just need to slow down the pace of this game. Like before, I know I said that FD can't really compete with the late game, but it's your best option at this point. Like, hope that Miracle gets 6-slotted, believe in his split push ability.
Glimmer Cape is done for March. As long as he turns this courier around right now. Yep, there we go. The Glimmer Cape gets completed. The Yoga Club has flown out already. So that's 2 Glimmer Capes for MVP. An Aghanim's being built up by the Ancient Apparition. They already have their mech. They got double sets of Arcane Boots, so a lot of mana coming in, and safe BKBs. MVP have like everything they need to pay the bills. And what do you really get in turn? You get a fresh Yule Scepter. Disruptor is hoping he can reach that Aghanim Scepter in time. The Darkseer's got a lot to work with the Blink Dagger, so that's a nice option for him.
If you get the Aghanim Scepter on Disruptor, you can still do stuff. Like, that's actually a pretty significant pickup. And if they could do something like steal the Ice Blast on the Ancient Apparition, maybe things even get better.
Oh, Storm. That's a long jump. It's a very long jump. But he had just enough mana to do it as the Ice Blast followed in with him. And now QO, they're going to glimpse him back down again.
He has to suicide here.
Or survive. That's another option.
There's like no way he gets out of this.
You're saying that now.
Oh my.
Now Femi's going to arrive. He curses over on the Darkseer. Miracle's killing him pretty quickly. Disruptor. The ulti's just not in time.
I actually can't believe that he gets out right there. That's 4 heroes in front of him that just watch him do that. And that's the thing, is that you're just going to embolden MVP and tell them, okay, we actually can't take fights right now. Like, it takes us so much just to take down the Storm, and we don't even do it. Like, he just killed their puck in front of them.
Yeah,
that was your friend. You can't just let him drive by you like that. He's about to finish a BKB too, so things just get infinitely harder.
That's like salt in the wound at the moment. First departure, you start to feel like you're getting some space where you maybe you can make plays, and then a kill which you're pretty certain you should be able to achieve, you can't. They have to find some moral high ground right now against MVP. Not morale high ground. Other different type of word. Same spelling.
Wait, no it's not.
Yeah, so it's close actually. It's missing.
It's missing the E.
Yes!
What's happening, Toby? You're misinforming our viewers.
Yeah, let's not start a grammar debate. I had enough of that with Cap the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have another thing to tell Cap.
I spelled color with a U.
Okay, that's not that bad. I had a Jamaican teacher that used to do that in high school, my chem teacher.
Really?
So that's not as surprising.
It's the normal way to spell it. It's actually the most common way to spell color. But it's not American English. So it's not accepted.
I've seen it both, so it doesn't bother me, but QO, Storm Spirit, he has a regen rune, he's got a BKB. The Aegis is about to, or the Roshan is about to come back up more accurately. They're leaving a creep in there so they can do it as fast as possible. And then I think the move is give your Storm Spirit the Aegis. He's already really tough to kill. They rack up a few
How about first departure, find some kills instead? Oh, the BKB, what timing. It just got completed, and QO is going to jump in, dragging back the Disruptor. He gets the silence on Kai as well, and the follow-up, yep, it is there. Enough to find the kill. Triggers the BKB, and now they're chasing out to fix. There's no reason for the curse. Winter Wyvern will still find the pick-off, while MP is chasing after Miracle. The protection snowball and stun into Miracle. They find 3 pickoffs. And this really just does feel like they're just getting destroyed everywhere across the map.
I thought for a second that it was going to be cool, but they didn't have to go for any of that. But they decide, okay, we've got BKBs, we've got Glimmer Capes, which is such a hard counter to First Departure's lineup. Like, their supports are just so rich right now, too. Like, everybody just has so much money right now.
It's the point where MVP can just let Economy win the battle. Rubik's able to steal the, again, Ball Lightning. But he actually stole that one when he escaped through the top lane. That's why he's able to just Ball Lightning TP away from MVP.
Well, they've stolen it like 4 times this game, but it's not even the ability that you want.
You burn through your mana too quickly. Like a 650 mana pull isn't enough for a Rubik. There you go. Jumps in, gets the pick up over on QO. Using it like he was using the charge the other day. And now QO, like BKB's off cooldown in 4 seconds time for him. And BKB's already off cooldown for the Gyrocopter, who turns it on. They pick off the Darkseer, moving down to the Disruptor. A double kill for the Storm Spirit. 17 Bloodstone charges now. Like, this is a level 19 Storm Spirit who almost has an instant respawn. This shouldn't happen.
He's also really, really close to, I mean, he's got 17 Bloodstone charges, he's got 2,600 gold, he's really close to his next item.
Dyer's bottom tower has been denied.
They only take 1 Rax, but they don't even have to expend that much. Like, the Storm still has his 9-second BKB available to him. This is definitely going to mean Roshan at the very least. This is rough. Like, if you're first departure right now, you just have to take the next fight, because you can't afford to lose 2 sets of racks in a game where mobility-wise you're already quite far behind. The Morphling does tech switch to the F-Blade. You're right there. He was just like,
sorry, I started a war in the chat. I shouldn't have started a war in the chat. What? The whole color war. I guess it's all about the U right now. In the words of Cap, there is no U in USA. Anyway, sorry, I apologize. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see a way First Departure can come back in this. No matter what scenario I run through my head, they just don't have the combo. Like, the only option they really have is if MVP come in 1 by 1.
Yeah, it's either that, or probably the more likely thing is if they manage to get, like, the Rubik just has to go big here. He has to steal something.
This is it.
Massive.
The back in, they get a 2-man wall, but it's only March and he, the Dream Call, won't do much after these BKBs of MP. They just pop too easily. 2 down. The curse is not going to work, and yep, that's going to be all she wrote. At least the Rubik was able to steal that. It's bittersweet, but they realize it. GG.
Yeah, it's a full team wipe to go at the end of the game. Not a whole lot that First Departure can do to come back. 70-30 is the end score. The laning phase was just, it was too much. Like, MVP Phoenix, their 5-man was so cleanly executed too. Like, their smoke gang timings, MP was everywhere on the map too.